The Saskatchewan Research Council is celebrating a Canadian first at its rare earth processing facility in Saskatoon. It has produced the first metal ingots, which are a key ingredient for magnets used in electric vehicles, wind turbines, smartphones, and laptops. The processing facility is still under construction, but next year it's expected to produce enough magnet metal to manufacture 300,000 electric vehicles a year. For now, China is dominating the supply chain on these products. Of course, these rare earth minerals, they have to be mined from the ground first. And that's still pretty new in Canada, but there is potential. CBC meteorologist Christy Kleiman-Haga has taken a closer look into this. Christy, first off, what are rare earth elements?
Well, when we're talking about rare earth elements, we're referring to 17 metallic elements, which include 15 lanthanides as well as yttrium and scandium. And those last two, although they're not typically true rare earths, they do contain very similar properties and are found in the same ore. So we group them together, and they have a number of industrial uses, mainly to permanent magnets. That's what you mentioned a few minutes ago. And while those maybe don't seem necessary for everyday life, they are used in a number of modern electronics. So things like cell phones and computers and televisions, even things like wind turbines and electric vehicle motors. So very important uses, especially moving forward.
So where do Canada and Saskatchewan stand in the global picture?
Well, in Canada, rare earth mining is still pretty new. Globally, China does dominate the market with about 60% of global annual production happening there, about 140,000 tons as of 2020. The U.S. comes in second at about 38,000 tons, but here in Canada, there is quite a bit of potential. According to Natural Resources Canada, there are 21 projects across the country. 7 of those are happening in Western Canada, with 1 in Alberta and 3 in Saskatchewan.
You know, Canada really is poised. It's a niche market, but Canada is poised completely to take advantage of this in the future.
Now, many of these projects are in earlier stages of development, but we do have one operational mine that's in the Northwest Territories, as well as that processing facility, the first of its kind in North America, that's in Saskatoon.
Christy, mining does come with a footprint. What do we know about that?
Well, that's the catch. How do you balance the need for these minerals with the potential risks that come to the environment? I spoke with Isabelle Demers, who is a minerals engineering professor at the Université de Quebec. She says that with rare earth mining, you run into some of the same problems as you would find with other kinds of mining. So excavation or disturbing the landscape, and the storage of mine waste, which of course can have risks to contaminating water supplies. The thing with rare earth elements, though, is they are still relatively new. We don't have that same level of experience with them. So Demers says it's a hard thing to quantify in terms of risk. But one thing you have to look at is climate change and where that fits into the mining process, especially with reclamation.
If we want to, let's say, freeze our tailings and integrate them into the permafrost, then it might not work for 50 years. It might thaw and then it might release contaminants.
Now, incorporating climate change into the mining process, like the rare earth mining industry itself in Canada, is pretty new. But with the potential for these mines as they continue developing, it will be something to watch because of the potential risks to the environment as well as people near the sites. Sam?
Thanks so much for this, Christy. Christy Kleiman-Haga is a meteorologist and climate change reporter based out of Edmonton.